Everybody. Dude building a road for 50 minutes. Seniac. Will I make it a 3-lane or a 4-lane road? Seniac. I'm going to call this city FishTown. Everybody else. Does he realise he is making the Florida Keys? Seniac. We have to be absolutely sure about every road placement. Also, Seniac deletes and replaces the same road 3 times. Seniac does literally anything. The comment section, time for the memes. Seniac, whoa, we're making 60,000 from the industry. That's a lot of money. Me, more like, that's a lot of damage. Guys, welcome back to another episode of FishTown here in City Skylines, where we finally connected the island to the there we go, we'll get there eventually. The outside world with that huge highway. Cost a lot of money, or as your boy Darkfire says there, a lot of damage from, what do you call it? Flex tape. It's huge. It's freaking huge. We were slowly expanding it to be a 4-laner, and I feel like I'll leave it for now until there's more demand on the road before I do make it wider. It might be okay, we'll just kind of see how it goes. We created our jellyfish squid junction, which is hilarious in so many different ways. And now we've got a huge residential demand, so we need to kind of grow and act upon that. But at the same time, I need to then eventually find a better place for all of this, because as we now slowly expand FishTown and the residents, we need a little bit more land. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with all this. I might have to kind of like... I don't want to say it. Don't say Seniac. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Reclaim some land for it. Don't say it again. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff. We might have to make a dedicated area for it. Other than that, because I want to expand a little bit more. I might think about doing the underground road as well. That kind of... the highway that kind of goes underground here, which will run parallel to all of this, and then pop up over here somewhere, so the industrial area has got that dedicated line that can just simply cut out all of the town, reducing the traffic, and they got their own dedicated line to get in and out of the region, which will be pretty sweet for those guys. I also want to do a little bit of work here. There's a lot of stuff we want to do today, so as always, guys, if you're enjoying this episode and the series so far of FishTown, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you subscribe so you're notified when that next episode comes out. But a few episodes ago, I actually did kind of rename my little kind of area down here, the new kind of port in a way. And there was a load of good ones, and one that kind of struck a little bit more to me is the fact that this here is the letter E. Someone said it could quite be a claw in a weird way. Some pincers, and I kind of seen Crab Harbour. Oh yeah, if I can spell it right, Crab Harbour is what we're going to be calling this area. I mean, the locals could call it, you know, the Crab Docks for sure, or Crab Town, or Crabbyland. I don't know what they will kind of give it a nickname for, but it kind of felt right for this general area, which is pretty sweet, mate. So, we're going to get some more residents on the island. What's the unemployment rate like at the moment? It's 4%. What's power? We've got plenty of power since we added in that solar power plant. Water and well, we need a bit more water at some point as well, so we'd have to kind of get that in. Now, you can already start to see the industrial traffic trying to filter its way through. So I might make a start on setting something up there to kind of get it going all the way through. But let's get our residential in anyway then. So we got a little bit of space over here. So residential. Right, let's fill it all up here then. Low density residential. That's what we're kind of sticking to in this region anyway. And do I want to put some residential up here? I feel like we should. Yeah, I was thinking, do I do commercial? But no, we'll stick it all residential. I'm not sure who's got water up in here and who doesn't, but let me just paint all it's a bit easy. It's quite hard to see because of the amount of trees we've got going on over here. And in terms of roads then, let's kind of slowly start to continue the spread of the roads. So I'm not too sure how far we're going to push some of this. To be honest with you, we should also start thinking about, you know, doing... If I go down to... That's too far for that. Right, if I could just come down to simply here. We're going to start thinking about doing the grid in this direction. So if I just go up to there for now, where all these are going to swing and connect over, I'm going to kind of set that method up as well. Right, let me just see if these have got water. Yes, they have. So that will slowly get rid of our little residential demand, which is perfect for us. Alrighty. And like how we did here, where that road kind of come to a dead end there, and then we use this to connect up to the swinging road round there. I feel like we should do the same to this one. So that next stage will be there by 10. And if I stick it out to here, what kind of 20 by 24? Okay, so if I come out by another 4 then, what we're saying here is then that should be the perfect swing. 20 by 20. Right. So if I can... Oh, I just realised something. Actually, no. Oh, why am I in a tunnel? I gotta delete all this because I always forget. Right, we got to go out by 11. Right, we'll do it in stages to get the swing over. So that is 22 by 18. Okay. So if I go 18 by 18, that's more of a perfect curve. We'll go out by another 10, which that is, if I delete that back by there, and that becomes 25 by 21. So we do it this way. I think we should all do them all from this way. 21 by 21. And connect that up. Then we do another 10. Oh, which is coming from this one. I was trying to figure out then what's going on there. What's going on there, boys? So this would be 23 by 23. And then that other 10 there. And then this would be 28. All by 29. Okay, we'll just go the full distance. That starts to bend this around. And then for this, right, what I'll do is, let me see what would happen. If I put in a 10 there, and if I brought, where would that go? Kind of go? So if I say by 30, oh no, it's there. 27. See, I wouldn't really want it over that way. So if I just kind of... I want to kind of let it end there naturally, and then that continues to then. Well, this would then pretty much go straight, wouldn't it? So if what was the gaps I was doing here? 30. I've done a little bit more than a 30 because obviously I wanted to go on the straight bit. If I do 30 here, that's when the next cut in comes in, and then that goes straight across. Trying to maximize all the land in the area. And then we do the same over on this side. So we're quite staggering down there, which is quite cool. We get a nice staggered effect going down to the seafront. So every house has a really good view of looking at the ocean, which is quite a nice little feature. So now that the population's boomed up to 7,000, then we got all those peeps moved in over here. And not all of them's kind of fully moved in because the demand's dropped quite considerably. What is the unemployment like now? So it's at 5%. So at some point, which I think it's now, the industry is caught up with itself, where there's now enough buyers for the products, maybe? Maybe. So looking at it still, we've still got all these trucks and lorries passing through. So let's spend a little bit of money now underground and go with that road. Let's go underground to get this, and we're gonna have to. Hold on. Tunnel it. Which might be a little bit difficult. So if that was straight, that's staying underground there. So where the road bends that way, I could then have it run down a bit, turn, and then in. So it's more of a straight line in many ways. Or maybe not. Oh, pause. I've just actually deleted something I didn't want to delete. I'm trying to go back a little bit. There we go. Oopsie daisy. Right, so back underground. Which I wanted to go down to here, but obviously it's really difficult to do so because I can't place it in the thing. So if I just run to there for the road. If I did a subway line, that's when it gets even more tricky. But we have to run the subway line on the opposite side. Now, how much have I got left then? 36,000. Oh, snap. Right, okay, put it back to play mode then. Let's figure this out. And so we're going to want it to kind of come out and connect from this point. Oh, we got a little bit of traffic here as well. Oh, okay, I see what the issue is. Well, what I need to do here is delete that, and that. Stick this road out. Yeah, we'll go out by 10. So it just continues out. And then our one-way industrial road. Right, if I anarchied it like that. And like that. And then I just put a bend on it. Like that. And then go into play mode there. So it just feels, I mean, it looks really good, but it also should filter a lot easier. It should filter in a lot easier now at this point. Rather than waiting up, they just do their normal routes. That should all filter out nicely. So here then is where I want to, now I did think about putting a roundabout here, which still might be the best, or probably a smart way to go about doing it. Or I could save the roundabout for another time until we kind of like fully see how it kind of works. So if I go out by 10, but then go down by, oh, I'm going the wrong way, minus 20. We'll go out a little bit further for the underground bit. How do you reckon that's going to fly? Do you reckon that will be too much for this area doing that? That's where like the highway connects up to. I reckon we're going to need a roundabout. 100%. Right, roundabout time! Okay, right. So this is going to be quite interesting now, trying to incorporate it. So if I go by 80, which goes up to there, is it too close to this road? Probably. But I'm going to have to redesign this whole area anyway. So if I change that to a 2-lane highway road, bam, there we go. And right. So if I did that, or is that island way too big? It could be a little bit too big. Right, pause. Why won't I pause? Get off! There we go. It was still in the roundabout mode. I'm going to pause a quick second. Do my little crisscross again, because it's a little bit easier to sort it out there. And then rather than by 80, let's go by 60. 2-lane highway, bam. All right, that's a bit better. It gives me a little bit more room on this side to play around with it. And it's a 2-lane highway. So let me go to the underground view, because I know there's still a little bit of road hanging about, isn't there? Yeah. There we go. And come back up to Earth. So if I come out here, go out to about there and go minus 20. And then use this as the slip road on and off. Right. So, bam, 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 bam. Bend it a bit more. So hopefully we can have a nice flow with the vehicles coming in and out. Okay, get rid of the roundabout mod now. And we'll see how this works. So back into play mode then, because obviously I'm trying to generate the cash money moolah to come in, so I can build the rest of that highway. But we'll see how this plays out, this roundabout. I've got to redo this whole area anyway, so I will move stuff back in different kind of areas and locations as we figure out how it's all going to play out. But yeah, seems good. Seems good. And hopefully I can get a couple more Like how we got that one there, we need one on this side so we can connect it too, so we can keep the traffic within its own area. It's one of those things, you don't know until things progress. But 48,000 now in the bank. That commercial demand is creeping up, so let's now finish off this area. So if I delete... Oh, I'm still all underground. Let's get out of underground. Boy. And normal road. Right, anyway, I need to delete this. And then we're going to come up by... Let's get Anarchy off. Come up by 11. Because obviously that is where this is going to stick out. So bring all these out by 10. Right. And then this going down is 18 by 14. Again, like I did the same thing. It's easy to do it this way. 18 by 14. Straight into there. And that is right, 11 by 11. So the angle is just getting smaller and smaller. 9 by 9. And then finally 7 by 7. So we continue the grid that we have with this bend, which is pretty good. I like it. So let's bring this up to, which is actually technically 41, because you gotta take into account this one comes out by 11 to counteract for the bend. That makes sense. Is that what we did here? Yeah. So straight over there. Straight over there. Straight over there. So it's a little bit of a bump there, which is quite nice because it obviously overlooking the bay view, the sea view there. The house is at the middle. Look over the houses down below, which gives everyone, you know, a fair view of the area. So that's all in then. Let's sort the water out real quick. So that's going to have to kind of slightly bendish a little bit. To there. To there. To there and to there. Now I will first start with increasing the commercial demand. So I'm keeping the commercial all on this center bit, and then every so often we'll do like we've done there. We go back a few, just to kind of bulk in the area. It's the main roads that we're kind of playing around with. We can actually now delete that crossover. I'll pause it for a second. Right, there we go. And I'll use the... There we go. Paint all that down. And then here we just go down by 4. Might as well just get that little section there painted in. And I'll move this over a tad just to there, just so it's connected. Until this is all connected all up to there. And then we'll put the power in there. And then things are slowly moving. So any minute now we should start to see that little bit of commercial start to grow. Ah, there we go. Took a while. So that will start growing then. How is the traffic over here then? So that little roundabout does wonders. Seems to handle the traffic just fine. Changing this is looking like it's flowing pretty good too. Having that little extra little cutout point further up there has helped us out dramatically as well. So it seems to work. We'll see what kind of overflow and power it, you know, what happens with this when we get it all officially connected anyway. So that's all going up slowly but surely. Right, so back underground then I'll put it into normal play mode now. We've got 80,000, so let's see how far we can get with that chunk of change. Alright, so if I try and run that just down to simply there. Okay, let me do... Oh my goodness me. Delete. So I want to try and get it uniform and looking pretty good. So if I do my straight lines, so if I do a straight line there, and it is going to be connected up to here, isn't it? So bring that out to there. And that's where we run out of money. To there. So you can see how that's connected and how then that will be considered a quicker route than driving through the town. So hopefully it should reduce all of our traffic. Yeah. Right, and okay, so keep going then. So what other types of demand do we have? So our residential demand is slowly creeping back up again. What's this over here? Oh! Wait, when did I place that down? I didn't. But that looks so good. On the seafront. So drop a couple of these down, boys. That actually looks really cool, doesn't it? That was a happy accident. That wasn't a happy accident having some little beachfront properties. Should I do that on this side as well? I feel like we should. We should, yeah. So we do smaller ones just here. And then as it starts to kind of dig out a little bit there, I know I did one there, but then we start bulking it up a bit. And we'll keep it to that for now. But then properties will be worth a nice little chunk of change, won't they? Right, nearly up to 8,000 in our population. Right, pause now for a quick second. Come back up. Get rid of these power lines then. And we'll get them connected to over there. So we've got the power in. And it then frees up this side of the road to place down then the other commercial demand that we currently have. And then we'll do it from over this side. And I'll just use the rest of the paint tool to fill them all in. And then we got a commercial demand there, hopefully satisfied going all the way through, which is pretty good. And how are them beachfront properties looking? They do look really good. Imagine living here, looking out. Oh, damn, boy, damn. Anyway, okay, we got 100,000 there back in the bank, so back to normal play mode. Let's sort all this out then. So go down quite far. And right, let's get this bend rocking and rolling. There we go. Straight in. There, nice. And then here we'll just do a straight connection like that. So now we get to see this take place. So that's our solid underground industrial road, which hopefully then will slowly, which will pretty much stop the trucks passing through our town area and down here, because it's such a narrow area and we're going to have lots of traffic in general anyway. Through this, we can reduce the industrial traffic going through, thus reducing traffic in general by bypassing it through that industrial thing. And it's connected to a roundabout, so he's using it already, which shows you it's already a good route. And then we should start seeing them also enter via this way. And we will then see if our Squid Junction works or not. That'll be the next interesting thing, because we've just kind of built it on thinking it's going to work. We just don't know if it is going to work. You still get industrial vehicles coming up and down as well anyway, as they deliver goods to the commercial buildings. Oh, we're getting huge demands coming in right now. Nice. Right, how's that water? The water's in the orange. Is it orange or yellow? It's more yellow, isn't it? Right, let's cover this up to there. Let's pause it while I do this in case I make any mistakes. There we go. That's all done there. So, and we'll just get this chunk here added in. And we'll do something for here, like I'll throw a couple of parks in or something like that, or just do something, you know, because it's quite a lot of demand I'm about to throw in now, isn't it? Yeah, all at once. So that's interesting. That's really interesting. So this little area here, I think we should do something here, shouldn't we? With moving this. So, and I want to keep these rocks as well because they look so cool. We can maybe integrate a the nature reserve park over here. Imagine that nature reserve there, and just here is all of our garbage and stuff. Oh dear God. What am I about to do? Right, okay, so I'm not going to do a big road. We're only going to need a small little road. I think we'll do like a little highway road. So, okay, let me come back above ground. And let's create around this. Or I could have simply come off it. So if I just came to here. And then bent around it. Right, we go straight a little bit. There we go, have that little connection happen there. And then this. There we go, that's better. To there. And to there. And then use this just to... Do you know, that's actually quite fine. Oh wait, I've used the wrong type of road. There we go. And just make sure that we've got this going that way. I'm doing both. I know they'll do it anyway, but there we go. Oh, was that an animal? We have a bison that's eaten. So yeah, we've got this little highway road that kind of sparks off. That can maybe kind of bend round to here or something. So that could bend round down here as it kind of pulls into our nature reserve. And then just coming off this, we can have like a little industrial road or something. So I might as well just finish off that road, to be honest with you. Let me, which it's this one. So do an 8x8, almost a 90 degree. If I bend that this way, and then pull it in, and that will kind of be the entry point into our nature reserve area. That will be pretty sweet. And if I can select this, bring that down to there, get rid of trees, and then select to that point, and then we angle from here to there, so you get a nice little bit of a cliff edge. That side's perfectly fine. Get the little bumps. Then we'll decorate this area as time goes on. But all I'm really interested in anyway, in this little section, is a road coming off. I mean, I could do a couple of roads, to be honest with you. I could have a road coming off just here. And I can also have a road coming off just here, which will be the entry points to this area, which will be our garbage, power, sewage, water treatment section. So it's completely out of the way of everything. So I bring it up by another 20, and I bring that up by 10, and then we do a 10 by 10 turn, do a 10 by 10 turn, by 20. So do a little ring road like that for the industrial area, which will be pretty sweet. And then that's where we'll eventually move it all. So we've kind of got it all set up with our roads. So keeping it as a highway, because that will obviously just continually flow in and flow through. Any of these vehicles then going to be using... Oh, I don't like how they're... Why are they slowing down so much? I don't know why. Why are they choosing to slow down so much here? Why? I don't get it. Does anybody else get that? No, I don't know why I'm doing that. It happens right there, doesn't it? Well, I've got no crossing anyway. I don't know what no crossing has kind of done to them guys there, but... yeah, it seems to slow right down there. What might help it is... I won't do it today, but what might help it is... you know how this lane here merges through there? And obviously this lane here is turning off there. Just to reduce the amount of lanes, I could have that lane kind of... come off here and go straight on, so that doesn't need to slow down like it is. But that's very weird, isn't it? I mean, we don't have too much traffic to make it an issue just yet, and the traffic through the middle has kind of slowed down a bit as well. And why did they stop still there? This is where we got to play around with all this stuff, don't we? So when the traffic eventually does build up, that's when we'll start adding in all of our giveaway signs and stuff like that. But it's okay for now, so that should flow through, yeah, as normal. We have our issue over here. Do you know what? I'm going to sort this out now then. So let me pause it. Okay. Let me delete this, that, and that. So in a normal world... right, let me fast forward so I can see they do flow through fine. Yes. Okay, pause. So what I'm going to do now then, just switch things up a little bit, is have that obviously originally connected to there and that originally connecting to there. But obviously with the move it tool, we filter them all back in. Right. So... let's just now see how this plays out. So obviously that would go that way. That would go that way. So play mode. Right. So just wait for a vehicle to come through. Okay, they don't slow down. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then we have from here to there. And from there to there. That road. Because I made these ones converge in to then turn off. Where they didn't really need to do that. So if I bring... let me undo that. Nope. Which is the button that I use to move it in a straight line? That's it. Holding control. I get it right in a bit closer like that. There we go. And I use that to kind of bend it out to kind of create that cool little effect. Right, okay, pause. Now, we don't see any vehicles go down here at the minute. But how that works is like that. So, it's the exact same setup that we had originally when the vehicles were slowing down. Now we just have a different way around it. They merged to go down that one earlier before it came off there. Because I feel like it was doing something here to mess something up. So now the vehicles are coming out. We should be back to normal. So I'm waiting for vehicles to come down the tunnel. Okay, there's a vehicle coming out. I just want to see, making sure that they're not slowing down as they exit the tunnel. We just wait for a vehicle to come. How far away are we? There we are. So here we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's fixed that little issue there. Oh, that's pretty handy. It's pretty handy. It's a cool little junction, isn't it? It's definitely eye-catching. So yeah, frees up the industrial traffic from passing through. And then, oh my... oh, I thought they were flooded for a second. They don't have water. Yep, our water levels have dropped. So we'll place a secondary tower in them. Which is probably not a good idea to be placing it over here so close to the pollution. But that should be, yeah, more than enough for the water. Get our industry back up and running. Good stuff. They should be all okay. Yep, coming back to life. P.S. Dixon Park, how you doing, boy? You're ready to level up a few extra levels if I give you some more entertainment. So let's sort that out. City Park. Okay then, so we'll grab a couple more gazebos down and we'll do it over on this side. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We have some nice little climbing frames. Oh, they've already just leveled up again there. We have a trampoline park I can throw in right here. So that puts its entertainment to the next stage, which I can make it a 5-star park at the moment. Just got entertainment up to the next stage again. Okay. Okay. Now we have these little piers. Can't really place those in. But I feel like gazebos are always the way to go when you can't get too much more down. So place that one there. Place that one there. And you know what, we'll get another climbing frame, there we go, park just over here. And is that enough? Ooh, we're close. Oh no, there we go, done. Sweet, 5-star park. So that can now charge the maximum of $40 an entry. So we can get more money out of this, which is pretty sweet. And Pierce Dixon Park is all up and running. Nice. So that all flows and bends around beautifully. So the only industrial vehicles that we are seeing going through here right now are not going directly down there. They're probably going to this section or dropping off to some of the commercial areas. The industrial demand is now creeping up again. So with that now creeping up, we've got to think of ways in which we can now expand all this. But we also have to be careful with how this area is working. So we need to spend an episode working on this industrial area and fishing industry, because we've got to sort out all the road layouts and whatnot. We've got to make sure everyone's filtering in the right direction. Because we've got this whole little crisscross situation going down right now, which they're all trying to come out in a new... I mean, it's not bad, because it clears up after a while, but there's definitely better ways and methods that we can do it. So like how this road also kind of filters up there and cuts in, we need this road here to kind of go up to there, bend and go this way, but cut in somewhere there, so we can kind of have vehicles come in and out, not on the roundabout, so they can pass through as well. But it's not bad. It's not a bad little section. We could have worse areas at the moment, but we're still in our infancy when it comes to building up. So the commercial demand is growing strong again. It really is. Right, let's take a look at this then. So going from here to here is 20, which is coming off this one. So if I brought this out by 10, brought this out by 10, to get a bend on that, 15 to 14. So we do 14. I might as well just go the whole hog. Yeah, makes sense. And then this one will come out by 10. Oh. This one out by 10. 9 by 10, that's fine. So it frees up this area here for if I potentially did place a roundabout in. But it also gives us a few cut-through roads there. They don't have to come down here to cut through. And... right, this will be interesting now for this section. Now if I was to create a... and come out by 10. And then that's a 5 by 5 to go in. I mean, I could continue that up to continue the grid, or I could bend that around and in. Now we'll continue up, so bringing that up, bringing that out by another 10, straight up, and then I think if I work this out correctly, that's the 20 mark there. We'll bend this in. So a 3. Oh, that's going to be difficult, isn't it? Alright, is that as good as you can get it, maybe? There we go. And we've got all these beautiful areas to play around with. That works out pretty sweet. Yeah. So we got some roads that flow through. There we go. If I get my words out. We got big, wide areas open where we can put larger buildings and stuff down, which is pretty cool. So you can see now vehicles going back and forth through it. That's actually kind of dope. Yeah, it gives us so much possibilities, doesn't it? So a lot of infrastructure work has gone down today in FishTown. A lot of infrastructure work, which I'm really happy about. Especially that underground highway. So the industrial area now just completely cuts through. I can see this being a problem at some point in the future, but as long as we keep on top of it and sort some little roads out and whatnot, we should be all good. And what's great about it as well is I could potentially connect up some other connections. So maybe one from up here kind of connects up underground to it. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. It might not, it might. We'll build as the demand grows. But FishTown has now expanded, guys. It's now expanded quite a lot to the point where the industry is now asking for more. So what has that done to our unemployment rate? So it's at 12%. So we do need to think about throwing a few more jobs on the island. We can build more jobs up by building a better garbage water sewage treatment plant over in this section. That'll provide more jobs in general and reduce our industry a little bit. We got the road coming up over here, which will set up a nature reserve so we can integrate these rocks within it. And it will create a nice little buffer between the heavy pollution, beautiful nature, and then FishTown, which is pretty good. That kind of sets us up quite nice. So we've got a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to continually focus on, but it's slowly getting there. So let's take a look at it. The industry is giving us nearly 14,000 a week, which is pretty good. So we continue the expansions. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.